Hey yo, but shout out to the peeps, man. Comments and all this stuff, man. You know, I read it from time to time. If I don't comment back, don't be like, you know. But yo, welcome to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. It's your boy, Smiley Jizzle, and my mans. We here again. This ain't no merch, but I like this shirt. It's kind of crazy. It says, disappointments, all of you, and it was like God, like looking at
I still think you should go into like a t-shirt business, because I know you used to do that shit. Like,
I'm really thinking about that. Yo, drop some comments down below, because I got this new app called Wonder, right? I'm like kind of artist. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm an artist. I'm just gonna say
that. You an artist.
All right, I'm an artist.
More artistic than a motherfucker that don't know.
Right, that's true.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
I like to draw. I like sketching. I like shit like that. But I don't do it as much as I used to when I was younger. But what I realize about it is just the imagination of the artist. So it's this app called Wonder, and you tell it what you want it to draw, and it draws it. It's like a smart doodle app, but it makes different types of pictures depending on what you're talking about. So it could be something with real people, where it's just an image that says a certain suggestive message, or it could be an actual picture that looks like exactly what you're saying. Like one person said like pink elephant playing the piano or some wild shit. And it was a pink elephant playing the piano, but it had like 5 feet, 5 legs or something. It was weird or something. But like you could do all types of shit, and it'll make something close, very close to what you're trying to say.
Big sponsorship.
Yeah, that'd be I was thinking about it. So like I was thinking about using it for like a marketing tool. Like if I wanted to make some type of logo or something like that, like I could use it to make logos or use it to make like business cards or some shit like that. I could do whatever I want. Once I got the image, I could print it out, yeah. You know? Could do bad shit. But I don't be doing too much graphic shit as much as I used to, because I gotta like want to do it. Like I don't do it for money or anything like that. I do it just for the inspiration, yeah. And just like if somebody give me like a crazy idea, it's just like a tattoo artist. Like most of my tattoo artists, they'll say, yo, I only like really like to do it if it's something different that's gonna be different in my portfolio. Like I don't want to do something that I always do. Like everybody wants to get a heart with a ribbon around it or some shit, or everybody wants to get their zodiac or a star or some shit, you know what I mean, shit like that. Sometimes they want to do like a mural type of shit, or sometimes they want to do like you tell them something and they do their best idea of that and bring it to you, and you be like, oh, I like it, you know what I mean? Like I'm an artist, so everything that I would bring to a tattoo artist is pre-drawn. Most of the time it's pre-drawn. Most of the time it's already something.
I was just about to ask you, did you draw your shit?
Most of them. I'm not taking credit for all of them, but like most of my shit, I drew sketches. Like this, no. The smiley faces, yeah. I seen like a picture of this and I drew what I wanted it to look like. They freehand the words, but this was like one of my like first tattoos and shit. And then this was just some shit that they seen, the drama shit. But most of the shit, like if I bring something to them, like I know like these guys, they're not just like tattoo artists. These guys are like artists. Like they know how to draw shit. Like, you know, some of them are, you know, they go to competitions and shit like that. So these dudes are like kind of like, you know, they good at what they do. But you gonna pay. Like it's not like no tattoo party tattoo niggas. Like these niggas is like, yo, yeah, like you gonna be paying us like $500, you know what I mean, to do this shit, whatever. But it's gonna be worth it, cause you know people be having to go to get touch-ups and shit like that. Like my boy freehanded. I don't know if you can really see, but my boy freehanded my hand. It's supposed to be the skeleton, but he did it off the outline of all of my bones and shit. I had to stay perfectly still while he did that shit.
Now, do you get touch-ups for your tat? No.
Never. I've never gotten a touch-up. Ever. You know what I mean? Like if I go in and I get it, and I'm lying. I went in to get a tattoo and they offered to give me a touch-up.
Oh, okay, so you just got the touch-up.
But they just did it. Like they was like, yo, you want me to touch this up a little bit? I was like, you could if you want. Okay.
I don't fuck with needles.
Yo, that shit, like I ain't gonna hold you. Like for me, like getting my first tattoo, like because I was like, how old was I when I got my first tattoo? I think I was like 17, 16, something. You know, I mean, I wasn't like older. I just went and did it.
They let you do it?
Huh?
They let you do it?
Who?
You don't need legal consent as 16.
No.
You had to be 18.
Nah, they ain't give a fuck.
Well, then again, like,
If you got the money, nigga, you do whatever you want. Niggas just, you know what I mean? That tattoo spot got shut down, but it was a tattoo spot that was on Chapel Street.
It was tattoo little kids.
It was right next to what the fuck? What was the name of that place? I forgot, man. Like Subway. You know where Subway and Gap is?
On Lord and Taylor.
on Chapel Street.
No,
yeah, like right there. It was like a little tattoo spot, whatever.
Oh, I think I remember.
Yeah, a minute ago, right?
I do. A lot of shit has been shutting down, bro.
Oh, they've been shut down for a minute. The tattoo artist that left from there was my tattoo artist, and where he went, I still was there because he was like, yo, hit me up. Yo, I'm at this spot. Da, 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 da. Because I hit him, and I was like, I told him I wanted to get some other shit done. And then he was like, yo, I'm at this spot. Yo, come through. And I came through. He introduced me to the other people that was there and shit. They cool people. But tattoo artists they be hating on each other, yo. I went to another tattoo artist who in Greenwich now. He another dude that be doing competitions and stuff. This dude, he hate on the dude that did my hand or whatever. He don't like him. So they got like a beef.
Speaking about beefs, Kanye went on Drink Champs and beef with Diddy, Meek, and anybody else that had anything negative to say about him.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to say that they took down the interview, and I felt like that just goes to show you that there's no, like, freedom of speech is dead.
Right.
If you say the wrong thing about certain people, they will threaten your life, threaten your livelihood, or threaten somebody close to you, life or livelihood. And that's crazy, bro. Like, it's a scary time to be alive, bro.
Right.
Like, now I know why Nick Cannon didn't come out with a documentary. Like, I kind of already, like, we saw it play out with him in the podcast having this professor, I don't know if you saw it, with Professor Griff, and they started talking about the Jews and the black people.
I seen that episode when he had his thing on his head.
They took that off the channel and you know what I mean, and made an example out of him the same way they're doing to Nori. And Nori's like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying?
So they trying to ban.
They're not trying. They did it. They had
Drink Champs.
Yeah, not ban Drink Champs. They banned the episode though. Like, they canceled it.
So this is how I feel. This whole cancel culture thing, because it's like, I don't know if you familiar with Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
All right, like you got Andrew Tate.
They cancel him too.
You got a few
Farrakhan, Alex Jones,
people that's out here that's
Reza Islam,
that's going against the grain, going against the matrix, going against the ideologies and the thoughts of Western civilization at this time. I'll be honest, being an American, we are a more privileged socioeconomic class of people as a whole. In any other country, they welcome the opportunity to come here and cohabitate with us, whatever. You know what I mean? But we got a few problems at home, as they say. You know what I mean? So we got issues that we deal with within our government and all these different things. But a lot of it is because a lot of people don't want to accept responsibility in certain areas, don't want to take accountability of their actions in certain areas. And
sound familiar, don't
you? Yeah. It's real. It's the reality.
We gotta deal with our women.
We gotta deal with ourselves, like a lot more.
We gotta deal with ourselves, and we gotta deal with our government not taking accountability.
But see, our government is secondary because you gotta think about it. Our government is really their government. It's not for us, so they're never gonna try to really benefit us. This is the cold hard truth. So anybody that's speaking that against it is gonna you definitely a target. They're gonna use you as an example. If you do get clout or you do get noticed, they're gonna shut you down.
I feel like they might really try to off Ye. It's gonna be hard to do because Ye has a lot of connection and he makes them a lot of money. But I think they're gonna try off him, bro. And I hate to say that, but I really see that shit coming. Just off the strength that if history really repeats itself, the people that start talking about those culture of people, we'll say, die. Especially people that look like us, like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. It's a movement to emasculate the black man. I've been saying this for a minute. We watching it right in our face, and I don't know if we being purposely oblivious to it, or we really just don't know that this is right in front of us. Like, we got movies, like, we love them, we enjoy them, everybody watching this shit. We got a movie like from Africa called The Woman King. You know what I mean? And a lot of people celebrating it, people saying it's a great movie, but really don't understand the
history behind it.
The history behind it, exactly. And how in depth it actually is. To what they trying to tell us is trying to say, like, basically a narrative of, we always had to get bailed out from the black woman. They always had to take care of us and pick up our slack. They've always been stronger than us or something like that. And the story is like kind of misconstrued to that because it's, forcing the narrative of feminism and all of these things, which is
what really happened. At the end of the day, those people gave their people, us, to the white man. So at the end of the day, they shouldn't be glorified, whether it was a woman king or a guy king. Like, we're really glorifying this movie, and that's what the fuck it's really about.
Right.
It's like, this shit is crazy. I heard when.
But that's okay. But then it's wrong for somebody to have their own views on something or whatever.
That's why they canceled what's the name, Kanye. But you could lie to them, and that's how you know a lot of the shit that he was saying was true. And that's my proof.
So is Kanye woke or is Kanye crazy?
Kanye's woke.
Okay.
I think he knows what's going on, and I think he's just not he's just not articulating it right in a way where people can really understand. Like, you really have to read between the lines with him. Even when he was talking about,
is he doing that to protect himself, or is he doing that?
Yeah, it's like, I'm crazy
because he was in a car accident.
Yeah, but it's not even the car accident. It's supposed to be the narrative is he's bipolar, but I'm not even sure he's bipolar, bro. I just think that he's sporadic and he says what he feels.
So they're clinically diagnosing him just so they can kind of silence him or try to say like, yo, he's bugged out, he's crazy, when really people should be paying attention to what he's saying because he's speaking some truth.
We hear that narrative a lot. Look at Orlando Brown. That motherfucker.
Or is he a Black David Koresh?
That motherfucker is loopy as fuck, my nigga. He's crazy as shit, but he be dropping jewels. He's talking about some shit like you could tell like he's not lying about everything. He's exaggerating some shit for sure, but he's definitely dropping some jewels in the mix of that. Because if he tells all the way the truth and then he makes it seem like he's not crazy, they gonna kill him.
I don't know. It's
crazy, bro.
It's crazy how you can't say anything, but
censorship, bro. How do you censor?
It looks like it's a targeted demographic.
Remember when YouTube was the Wild Wild West, bro, and nobody really knew about that shit?
Yeah.
You could say anything.
Because it made too many people rich.
Niggas was
and people getting rich
on YouTube, bro. You could do
People got rich off of smut, off of crazy shit.
YouTube is
and because of that, they was like, yo, we gotta control this.
But YouTube is a little demonic. I don't know if y'all heard about this shit, but if you take out like a certain, I think it's like a certain a letter or a number in every YouTube video, you'll see some like demonic shit on every video. It don't matter which one. But then I heard that shit on TikTok. You find a lot of shit on TikTok. TikTok is crazy. Like you could tell America, like the government and the powers to be do not like China for real.
Mm-hmm. That's some scary shit.
Yeah, man. It is some scary shit. It's a lot of scary shit, man. There's I'm not even gonna say her name, but I'm gonna let people read between the lines. There's a certain video of a popular singer with like a statue of a demon in a love song. And I'm like, why does he have a statue of a demon in a love song? And it's clearly a statue of a demon, like that has nothing to do with the demon. So why is the demon in there? See what I'm saying? And she's like really popular.
Yo, KRS-One, what you talking about? Mm-hmm. He broke this down
What did he say?
So in depth. He said there is like it's not what people think. Like people think like let me start this by saying he's a very intelligent guy, right? KRS-One. He said there's a war that you don't even know about. The guy that you think is this guy is like Bill Gates or something, right? It's not Bill Gates, but I'm just saying it's Bill Gates, right? It's this billionaire that's got his hands in eugenics and all these other different areas of science and all of that stuff, and tech and commerce. So he's got his hands in all these different things, and people answer to him that are on higher levels. So he can make world decisions, country decisions that affect all of us amongst other representatives of different states and stuff like that. He can make these choices because he got so much money. He got so much money, and not even just so much money, resources and influence, because a lot of companies rely on some of his resources, his computers, his tech at better rates because he works with them. Hey, I'll give you guys such and such and such, and I'll make this personalized to your particular company in this type of way. Oh, thanks, Bill. You know what I mean? Or Billy, whatever they want to call him. You know what I mean? Little homeboy. You know what I mean?
What do
are those individuals that we think like, you know, oh, somebody running the world and a secret thing. Like, we know there's the CIA, we know there's the FBI, we know there's counterintelligence, we know there's all these different areas of the government and all that. We know that. But there's people that are right in our face that are above all of that. And they're making the decisions. They're doing all this stuff that we're worrying about. That's the reason that certain people get elected, because this person does this for this person, they grease this person this way. You know what I mean? It's all a little conspiracy that's going on, but it's really not like, you know, hell and shit like that. It's more or less just power.
What do you consider
amongst
hell?
men?
I consider jail hell. So if the powers to be are putting my people in jail, I consider that hell.
Well, since you asked me the question, let's see. What do I consider hell to be? I consider hell to be a consistent punishment.
You don't feel like you can live that on earth?
Well, what would I consider punishment? Punishment would be lack of any type of entertainment that I could find for myself. Torture, you know what I mean? Pulling fingernails out one by one and then putting them back on, attaching them or letting them grow back and then doing it again. You know what I mean? That would kind of be some type of hell, you know what I mean? Or being burnt and then your skin healing and then going through the burning process again and then your skin healing and going through the process. Like, I think that would be like some type of hell.
But what about
like going to work or being
like,
in jail or being alive? I wouldn't consider that hell, because you make what you have. You make out of what you have. You manifest what you want for yourself. There's people that fucking got life in prison and they teaching classes in jail and shit. They get to go to different jails like without their handcuffs and shit. They making the best out of their life. So I can't say that, oh, I think putting people in prison is hell. But I think they try to confine us and make us like animals and shit, and we're no better than being in a cell because most of our culture are in fucking prison. So what's that about? How'd that happen?
Well, we know how it happens, man.
But well, we know how it happened, but
the people
I'm
came
just,
over
but
here,
I'm just saying.
took over the planet.
No, but why? But okay, so why is it so hard for people to stay out of jail?
Because there's money to be made by being in prison. That's called indentured servants. That shit didn't go away.
I'm talking about people. I'm talking about people themselves. Like we know what crossing the line is, but yet we do it.
I'm talking about people too. If I say I'm gonna get the black race and as many people as possible, we fill them up with these jails. Now you're not just in jail, just sitting there like fucking reading all day, nigga. You gotta work, and guess what you get an hour, my nigga? 10 cents. That's indentured servitude, my nigga. That's a business.
They went up too. They used to get like 3 cents.
It's a business. It gotta be at least $1 million or a bill. It might be a bill now, because it's been like private.
They used to make plates and
look
shit.
up private prisons. That's a prison that's not owned by the government. So who the fuck owns private prisons? Think about this shit. This is the shit that's going on. Like, it's profitable to keep a race of people in bondage,
so let's think about it like this.
It's money.
Let's stop killing each other, right?
Well, we don't kill each other.
No, we don't.
We don't. Me and you. You kill
No. I'm talking about to stop. I'm saying like, okay,
you can't stop. Listen,
I could. Okay, well, let me continue my proposal. Like, let's stop killing each other.
Okay.
All right. Let's stop trying to stop other people from making money because it's too much money to be made out here, so you don't gotta control shit. Let's let everybody make their own bread. Let everybody eat. Right? And let's try to help each other when we see that somebody need help. Those 3 things. That's it.
Let me answer to those 3 things. I think what you're forgetting is it's not a physical thing that we could do to stop a spiritual thing that's going on.
See, that's what
Hold
I
on,
said.
let me finish.
Okay.
So, that being said, if it's a spiritual thing, we could do that, everything that you said, and then it's going to be shut down by a spiritual power that doesn't want that to govern the planet. The planet is the way that it is because of the spiritual side first. Because if there's no spirit, then what is in your body? It's your soul, right? The spirit is the soul. The spirits get corrupted by these entities that don't have a physical body since the flood, right? Allegedly. And they are affecting the minds of the people. So I don't think that there is an answer that can be solved knowing or believing that it's a spiritual war. A person can't affect what an angel decides to do once an angel is in possession of somebody else. How are you going to say, all right, let's band together humans and let's, you know what I mean, get peace and unity and try to, you know what I'm saying? Because why? People are going to get fucking influenced by their desires. The desire and shit like that came from these beings. They didn't come from God. They were a fucking, what's the name? They came after the fucking, probably the first sins and shit.
All right. So I wish I had a notepad because I got a few things. But I'm gonna say one thing. So one thing about what you said near the end was about the desires. But I also wanted to talk about, I don't think it's a spiritual battle. I think it's a physical battle. But that's where we differ, because I think there might be partial spiritual stuff, but there are physical things that we can attend to, that we actually see, like certain things, like people not taking care of shit that they supposed to take care of, doing what they supposed to do, knowing that, yeah, you're gonna have to bust your ass a little bit and working that little bit of extra time, like, you know, getting your ass up at whatever time to do whatever you gotta do and getting that shit done, making that extra bag, putting in that extra work to get that extra bag, whatever you gotta do, you doing it. You know what I mean? Making these moves, business ventures, starting other businesses, starting other ways to make income. You doing whatever you got to do.
Isn't that more of an individual journey though?
That's physical.
That's
physical.
But but
I'm saying it's
though?
impactful because you're doing it towards the goal of building wealth, or building buying your family or your other future generations time.
But that's your individual goal. If it's not everybody's goal, you can't wish it on everybody for everybody to have that mentality.
Hold on, I'll let you finish. Hold on. But I'm saying that to say that I think that personal, individual goal or physical goal is a physical goal that I think if everybody collectively would try to attain to that, or at least some people within those households come together and you know what I mean, try to reach that same accord, then it could help our culture significantly. That's what I'm saying in terms of the physical part. Now, in terms of the other thing about the desire part that you said, like, yes, I know people are going to have desires, or people are going to have whatever. It's going to have to be learning this discipline. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It might take a few years, but we can't keep waiting to start, is what I'm saying. The more we wait to have these discussions and we keep on talking about how you got to have faith, and if you do this and do, Like, yo, I'm tired of it because people need to get the fuck up and need to work. They need to get together. Like, niggas need to have these meetings. If we gonna do like breakfasts for kids that don't eat in the morning and shit like that, then let's all the fucking parents in the neighborhood get together. Let's not talk about, oh yeah, I need this kind of money to do this or whatever, and I don't got time to do it. That's the problem. That's why these motherfuckers out here doing whatever they doing, because you don't got the time. You got all the time in the fucking world. You got time to do things that you want to do. So let's put the time and effort into what we can physically change instead of worrying about, yeah, you know what I mean? It's really this that's going on spiritually, because there is some shit. There's always been suggestive shit for years. I mean, that shit ain't new, but it's that we can't do anything about that. They're gonna continue to attack the feeble minds, but
we can't do
no. They're going to continue.
That.
But let me finish that.
Like that.
They're going to continue to attack the feeble minds. We can't do anything about that. No, hold on. But it's our responsibility as the educated to in turn educate those that aren't as educated.
The individuals. That's
right. It's reach one, teach one. So you got to continue to do that. You got to commit to that,
bro,
so that people can start trending that.
Check this out.
You can't let them shut you the fuck up.
Check this out.
Can't. Stand on your shit.
Let's break this shit down, my nigga. A universe. What's uni? One, right?
One, right.
A verse. What's a verse?
I don't know.
A verse is spoken or written.
Bar.
Yeah, it's like a bar, right?
Oh yeah.
Spoken or written. Check this out.
Check
this out.
Sorry,
If it's a universe, that means it's revolved around one. Now, whether that one is God, whether that one is you, whether that one is, it has to be one. You cannot say, oh, I want these people to do this, because it's their universe. You can't control that. You're the God of your universe. You can't wish for motherfuckers to get better and strive for more and be more ideal. You could say, oh, okay, it's a good thought to want them to, you know what I'm saying? But you can't expect them to, because you're the God in your universe. You go off of your words. They go off of theirs. Right. They live theirs. They're on their whole different, hold on, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
They're on their whole different island. So when you say things like, yo, like, I hear you, because you're motivating the spirit is, I want to be successful, and there's ways to do that instead of just sitting on my ass.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And I commend that. But what I'm saying is, what you might say is successful, little Sarah she's entitled. She don't know nothing about that shit. You see what I'm saying? She don't know nothing about that shit. It's her universe. She's in her whole world. The only way we can affect other universes is they come to us. Something that we're doing, they're gonna be attracted to us. We can't go to them. Anything you fucking chase will run away from you, bro. Anything you chase is running away from you. You have to let that shit come to you. And the only way you can let that shit come to you is you be a light and the beacon in your universe, my nigga. That's the only way. But that's what I have to say about that.
I mean, it's poetic.
Respect that, bro. It's poetic.
Cause yo, like, respectfully, because I agree. I agree. I definitely agree, because I mean, I've seen things that I can only explain through my vision.
Through your universe.
Right? Through what I've seen. So when I seen it, I was amazed by it. You know what I mean? When I seen it for the first time. But my experience wasn't spiritual or religious. My experience was...
And let's be real, spirituality is just to make it like plain. Spirituality is when the eyes that you use to see this world could also be used to see the other side too. That's the best way to describe it. You're connected to both sides. It's clear. Like, it's like a fucking, you ever see the shit in the submarines? What are they called? The binoculars? It's like that. If you're not spiritual, your shit is closed. You can't see shit. It's smudged, it's dirty, it's, you know what I mean? Calcified, whatever, you know what I mean? However you want to call it. But once that eye is open, you could see two different point of views. And you see what I'm saying? At will. As soon as you take your eyes out the binoculars, you in a different, you see what I'm saying? So that's the best way I would describe it. Like, some niggas really seen the other side. Like, you feel me?
Yo, and it's crazy that we talking about this, because there was a podcast that I was watching earlier. It was pretty long too, and in the podcast they were talking about how this guy was talking about he had already been married, had children or whatever, and he's like a life coach or something like that. And he tells people like not to get married, and he says he doesn't believe in God, or he doesn't have, you know, believe in like spiritual stuff, but he's not, yeah, but he doesn't, you know, he doesn't disrespect anybody, you know, whatever they believe. Like, he works with people that are Muslim or whatever. He just helps them, you know what I mean, whatever. And so the other dude, also very, you know, smart dude, whatever. This dude was like saying like the opposite. Like, he was like, you know, I'm a very spiritual person. It's my first marriage, you know what I mean? We've been married for like a year so far, you know what I mean? I don't got no kids, you know, and, you know, I make a good amount of money what I'm doing. You know, she does what she does, you know, we're happy together. You know, I'm not really like the red pill guy. I'm not really into that whole manosphere thing or whatever. And, you know, that's where they both kind of separated, kind of clashed, because it was more like a spiritual battle versus what he was talking about was get this right and do this and have more leverage in your life and have things in place, like have a job, have a house, have this, have that, and have things right. And
of this world.
Yeah, and he's like, no, you gotta have this, and this, and you gotta behave like this and whatever. But you still should be able to do this, and this, and whatever, because that's also part of it. But also have these. But he's not saying that to be an evil person. But I'm saying, like, for me, that's like, that goes without saying. Like, I know not to do bad. Like, you don't gotta tell me. You know what I mean? Like, I already know. Like, you know, we have free will if you believe anything, right? You know, he gave us free will. So I know better than to do something that I'm not supposed to do, which is why I'm an advocate for you knowing what you should do to get where you need to get, and somebody telling you this is what you got to do. Hey, I'm trying to get to B.
Where's that source for you?
If you want to get to B, huh?
Where is that source for you?
What do you mean, where's that source for me?
Like, what motivates you to lean towards, you know, the good?
What motivates me to lean towards the good?